Most people think strength is loud. They believe power comes from explaining, defending, correcting, proving. But the samurai understood something most never learn. The moment you feel the need to explain yourself, you have already surrendered ground. Silence, when disciplined, is not weakness. It is the posture of someone who does not need permission to exist. In ancient Japan, words were treated as blades. Once drawn, they could not be returned to the sheath without consequence. Miyamoto Musashi, undefeated in over 60 duels, wrote little about persuasion and nothing about justification. His power did not come from convincing others of his worth. It came from a settled inner position that required no explanation. Chapter 1. The Weight of Words. In modern life, a man named Kenji worked in an environment where every mistake was dissected and every success questioned. When accused unfairly, he rushed to defend himself. When misunderstood, he over-explained. Each explanation felt reasonable, even necessary, yet every time he spoke, his presence diminished. He noticed that the more he explained, the less people respected him, and the more entangled he became in the opinions of others. Zen teaches that unnecessary movement creates imbalance. A restless mind reaches outward, grasping for control through words. Kenji did not lack intelligence or integrity. He lacked stillness. Like a swordsman swinging wildly, he revealed his fear through excess motion. Chapter 2. Musashi's Silence. Miyamoto Musashi often arrived late to duels, not to provoke, but to observe. He spoke little, because speech would have revealed intention. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi teaches that posture is not something you perform for others. It is something you settle within yourself. Explanation, when driven by fear, is a collapse of posture. Kenji began to study this idea quietly. He noticed that when he explained himself, it was rarely for clarity. It was for approval. He wanted to be seen as good, competent, justified. This desire made him predictable, and predictability is vulnerability. Chapter 3. The Internal Battle. The discipline of not explaining is not passive. It is one of the hardest internal battles a person can fight. Silence exposes you to misunderstanding, judgment, and temporary discomfort. Kenji felt this acutely the first time he chose not to defend himself in a meeting. His heart raced. His mind constructed arguments he refused to voice. Bushido teaches endurance of discomfort without complaint. A warrior does not react to every provocation. He chooses his ground. Kenji realized that his explanations were not protecting him. They were training others to challenge him. Chapter 4. Non-negotiable restraint. Kenji adopted a single, non-negotiable rule. He would only speak to clarify action, never to protect ego. If accused, he responded with behavior, not arguments. If misunderstood, he allowed time to reveal truth. This was not surrender. It was precision. Systems create freedom. By removing the option to explain himself emotionally, Kenji conserved energy. His words became fewer, but heavier. People began to listen, not because he demanded it, but because he no longer competed for attention. Chapter 5. The Shift. Something subtle changed. Those who once questioned him now hesitated. Silence created uncertainty, and uncertainty commands respect. Kenji's presence grew calmer, grounded. He was no longer pulled into every conversation or conflict. He stood where he was, unmoved. Zen calls this being immovable in spirit. When you stop explaining, you force others to confront their own projections. The samurai understood that the world tests posture constantly. Only those who do not react pass the test. Chapter 6. Identity without defense. Musashi wrote that true strategy is seen when there is no need to show it. Kenji no longer saw himself as someone who needed to be understood. He became someone who acted correctly, regardless of recognition. Identity replaced image. This is the quiet strength of the warrior path. You do not correct every misjudgment. You do not chase every narrative. You become consistent enough that explanation becomes unnecessary. Chapter 7. Modern application. In modern life, silence feels risky. Social systems reward performance and constant response, yet the ancient principle remains unchanged. The person who explains least controls the frame. The one who reacts slowest governs the space. Kenji noticed that even when outcomes were unfavorable, he felt lighter. He was no longer exhausted by defense. He had reclaimed something essential: inner authority.